the way we've seen mismanagement and misgovernance, that needs to end. And why shouldn't it? Because Delhi is the capital of India. Our country is doing so well. We are thriving in all parameters. We are performing brilliantly on every other parameter.
For 30 minutes is the Congress number. It's still at 1. That seems to be not moving. So, Aam Aadmi Party should be at least taking relief in that when it is the opposition space perhaps, or too early again, I'm saying with a lot of caution, a lot of health warning, it's 8:52. These are, perhaps even the first round of counting would not be over in most of these seats that we are looking at. But the leads have come in of 65 seats out of 70. The BJP is at 37, up 30 seats from 2020. What is turning out is that the big faces of the Aam Aadmi Party at the moment are trailing. Be it Atishi or Mr. Kejriwal himself, they appear to be trailing. So that's certainly a matter of concern for the Aam Aadmi Party. Shelley, 30 seconds and then we move on to others.
See, everybody knows that in last 1.5 years, Aam Aadmi Party has faced a lot of challenges. And even after overcoming all those challenges, we have fought really well. And we don't do politics for the vote bank. We try to fulfill all our promises, whether it is good governance model, good education, good hospital, free bijli, pani, policies for elderly people, policy for women. And definitely we have full faith. It is just a start. It's just a wait and watch situation. And after a few hours, after a few minutes, definitely we'll get to know the reality. And we have full faith that Delhi people has voted for us. And we will be forming government with full majority. And once again, we will be getting the blessings of the Delhiites. And Delhi people have trusted us in last 10 years. And we have fulfilled all their promises.
Yes, but one thing is clear that for 10 long years, yes, Charu, quickly.
Can I just quickly interject?
Go ahead.
Very quickly. So, you know, when Aam Aadmi Party keeps talking about the difficulties they have faced in the last 1.5 years, who did you have to blame for those difficulties? You were the ones who made a very sketchy liquor policy which you had to take back. You were the ones who were siphoning off funds. You were the ones who got into making sure Delhi Jal Board sank, literally sank. You were the ones who were carrying out scams in the name of mohalla clinics. So you have nobody to blame but yourself. And you should not keep complaining about a difficult time because you only faced what you did. You know, you were reaping the fruits of what you sowed.
Okay, let's move on. This will continue. BJP. Okay, Ghazali is now joining us from Maharani Bagh constituency. In fact, polling center, the accounting center, that's where counting is going on. Ghazali, can we tell our viewers which stage of counting is on? How many rounds done? It's too early, it's 8:55 only, but is one round of counting over?
Yeah, one round is over, but there is no clear information coming out of the counting center that how many rounds have been, how many rounds are over. Even the Aam Aadmi supporters are tight-lipped after the television channels have started showing the trends that Atishi is trailing here. And particularly not just for the Kalkaji seat, this counting center serves the counting is happening for 4 constituencies, including Okhla as well. A very tightly contested seat right now for AAP's Amanatullah Khan. So these 2 seats are something for which the Aam Aadmi supporters are lined up here. They're waiting for every update. Atishi went inside, Al-Kalamba is inside, Manish Sisodia is also coming just a short while back, to say half an hour ago.
Okay.
So we
so
can say that
the gap between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party has increased. It's 15 seats. It's 15 seats now between the 2 parties, Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. We were talking about the Kalkaji seat. Kalkaji is witnessing a 3-way contest. Ghazali, just wait for a moment. Aam Aadmi Party, remember, has Atishi, the Chief Minister from there. It's Al-Kalamba of the Congress and also Ramesh Buduri of the BJP. The constituency in all has 1,94,515 voters. In 2020, BJP's Dharambir Singh got defeated at the hands of Atishi by 11,393 votes. But the gap between the 2 sides, the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, is increasing. And it seems that the BJP is only consolidating, but it's only first round which has got over. A word, and before we take a quick break here, Sajjan?
Yeah, certainly.
Because it's, if the gap is only increasing, 25,
gap
41.
is increasing, and also, I mean, while there was a clear thing that Aam Aadmi Party was facing the anti-incumbency, I mean, if the trends continue, it shows that, I mean, the anti-incumbency only kept on increasing, and it defied the class logic which was there initially. And therein we see that, I mean, kind of a concert. So, one interesting thing is that it was not just the BJP, RSS and lots many other affiliate organizations outreach among the voters. I mean, Congress outreach also contributed to BJP's kitty by amplifying the sentiment. So, certainly we see that now, as you see, if the gap is increasing and thereby anti-incumbency that was visible only intensified, So, this is primarily a anti-AAP vote which BJP became a beneficiary of.
And interestingly, this is a seat where the women voters outnumbered men. And Sikhs were, I mean, the demography of Sikh were supposed to be backing Atishi. So now I'm
a
just,
woman chief minister.
Yeah, a woman chief minister.
If the woman chief minister is not getting support of that 2100 rupee scheme of the Aam Aadmi Party,
that itself speaks,
explain.
Also, she was not, and Maria, she was not asking votes on the name of her work. She was asking for Kejriwal. So people just really, I mean, though she was the woman chief minister, and then Delhi should have been proud of with so much, burden of this lying on the woman voter and women voters being the X factor in this election. I did not see any campaign which highlighted Atishi or her work for the woman particularly also. It was all around Kejriwal and 2100 rupees. But when it comes to freebie, we are forgetting that Congress also matched the freebies. So when everybody's manifesto looked the same, the freebies looked the same, I think the clock, the needles get stuck on the credibility. कि किसने दिया है? And I think this is where the AAP made a mistake, where they could have dispersed amount, whatever 2100 while they were in government. She is still the CM of the Delhi state, but she did not do that as they did it in the Jharkhand for Maya Yojana or in the Maharashtra for the Ladki Behan. Even in Madhya Pradesh, because Ladli Behna scheme was going on. So here it felt like कि पता नहीं करेगा नहीं करेगा, and when Prime Minister comes in the picture, he says 8 March को आपके account में पैसे आ जाएंगे.
Yes, on the Women's
So
Day.
credibility between the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal versus Narendra Modi, you have no match.
See, as I said, and from day one I have said, this Mahila Samman Yojana is not going to work for the Aam Aadmi Party because you have not transferred the money.
When you are in
Wherever it
power.
has worked, people have transferred 3 to 6 months of installments.
That's right.
And then it becomes a promise versus promise. And then it becomes the question of who has fulfilled this promise. Your Punjab government has not. You have not, despite creating a budget of 2000 crores. But Congress has in Karnataka, BJP has in Maharashtra, MP, JMM has in Jharkhand. So why were you not able to transfer? So that is one of the key weaknesses. Maybe the LG would not have let it happen, but that would have earned brownie points for the Aam Aadmi Party. Why did they not recommend the file to LG? That is something I am totally lost about. This is a crucial piece of strategy which the Aam Aadmi Party has missed in this election.
Absolutely. Let's bring in Aishwarya Jain, who's joining us from the BJP office. Aishwarya, 9 a.m. and the BJP only consolidating its position. They are at 42, up 35 from 2020. And, as the Home Minister had said much before the entire furore started, he said, Chunav to abhi shuru hua hai. And that time it looked like does the BJP really have the strategy? And let's not forget that was said famously before 1st of February. Did the 1st of February, that announcement that came from Finance Minister, change the elections for the BJP? Early moment, but yes, let's talk about it. What are you seeing at the BJP office?
Well, and this is a place where all these strategies had been planned by the Bharatiya Janata Party top leadership. We saw multiple times BJP President JP Nadda, Home Minister Amit Shah himself arriving at this very office, which is at Pandit Pant Marg, the BJP Delhi state headquarters. And there was a war room that was set up. 352 Bharatiya Janata Party workers worked day and night for the strategic planning and how the polling will go on. Certainly, it is now going in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the clear message had been given by the top leadership and we have been speaking to the top leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party that still wait and watch, because 1 hour or so is very crucial, and till that time there should be no celebration. Of course, let me show you the glimpse of what the BJP state headquarters is currently looking like. A lot of people starting from the main gate of the BJP state headquarters at Pandit Pant Marg are entering. The leaders have already started arriving in at the Pandit Pant Marg state headquarters early this morning, and they are glued to the television screens for these early trends. But as I said, the messaging has been clear that they should wait till the final picture doesn't arrive. No celebration till that, because Delhi elections are very neck to neck. Of course, the BJP leaders are very, very confident of winning this time, pulling this time off and coming back to the power after almost 27 years. And therefore, the reason perhaps a temple run since morning has begun. Now, Virendra Sachdeva also is at Hanuman temple, and from there he will be coming back to the BJP state headquarters. Parvesh Verma already, we saw those visuals of him going to the Hanuman temple, and that's the kind of tradition that the BJP leaders usually follow. So, where will this trend that we are witnessing right now will continue for the next 1 or 2 hours and will give a way to BJP to form government is something that would be very interesting to see.
Right, Aishwarya, thank you so much for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you. So a great degree of caution on the part of the BJP as we look at these numbers. For all those who are joining us at the moment, we can tell them that the counting began at 8 a.m. It's a high-stakes battle for Delhi, a prestige battle for the BJP, a battle for existential, or should I say survival for the Aam Aadmi Party, and a battle for relevance for the Congress Party. We have Professor Sandeep Shastri joining us, Neerja Chaudhary joining us, Sujata continues to be with us. Professor Shastri, 9 a.m., very early, but in early trends, very, very early trends, it looks like that the pollsters may have got it right.
Yes, and we have now the trends from all the 70 seats. The direction of the result seems to be what the exit polls projected, though of course as of now the intensity of victory is not what was projected in the exit polls, but then maybe that is too early to say that. We will need to wait till 10:15. And what's important is, while the Aam Aadmi Party may be leading in 26 seats, all its three big leaders are trailing and consistently trailing from the beginning.
For the last 1 hour.
And sorry?
For the last 1 hour.
Yes,
Counting began at
so
8.
That would be a matter of alarm. And the 26 seats they are leading is actually those seats where you have a significant presence of the economically less privileged. So that, I think, is sending another interesting message that the security, the economic guarantees that were given seem to be having some impact, and at least in some segments of the voters, it is seen in the trends that we are now witnessing.
Okay, so if we look at the picture of Delhi, and I'll ask the producer to put that on full screen, Juhi, let's look at the full picture of Delhi and try and analyze that with Neerja Chaudhary. Neerja, this is how Delhi is looking at the moment. It's 9:05, very, very early, but it is saffron all the way.
I think though 9:05 early trends, the trend is very clear. And you're right, it is the way the exit polls predicted, which means the exit polls caught a desire for change that was prevalent in all parts of Delhi. I agree with Mr. Shastri that, you know, the poorer sections have stuck by Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party and sworn by what they have done. But even amongst the poorer sections, I think people have shifted, because you cannot be leading in 43 or 44 seats without other sections having shifted to the other side. And I think overall they felt it's not it's not anger manifesting itself. It is that you did not do enough for us, and maybe after 10 years we need change, and I hope that BJP also in power at the center may be able to put in resources and do things which are big ticket,
yes, and also a message that they do not want a government which passes the buck, which indulges in constant blame game and is at constant loggerheads. They want a functioning government.
I think that is more it. Loggerheads is what people were afraid of.
हमेशा लड़ते रहते हैं. That was the message.
हाँ, लड़ते रहेंगे. अगर आम आदमी पार्टी आ गई, अच्छा किया हम लोगों के लिए, लेकिन लड़ते ही रहेंगे आगे जाके. और बीजेपी नहीं करने देगी. ये भी एक फीलिंग थी. Therefore bring BJP in. It's a very pragmatic voter that's coming to the fore increasingly.
An unpredictable voter which is saying that when the Delhi metro stops, at the moment 9-7, it is 44 for the BJP, 25 for the Aam Aadmi Party, 1 for the Congress. And this is early trends, ladies and gentlemen, for all the viewers who are joining us. Very, very early trends, but it's showing that the exit polls may get it right. In another 1 hour, the picture will be clear.
But while you said it's an unpredictable voter, it is a very assertive voter.
Assertive voter. And the same voter which is capable of defeating powerful leaders, like they did with Sheila Dikshit, the darling of Delhi.
As I said on your show last night,
yes,
the ultimate victor today will be the voter of Delhi.
But Delhi has always been the demanding electorate. I mean, if I want it, if you give me that, I'm going to vote for you. But you know what is interesting, and I see that as Aam Aadmi Party was once known for its booth management, people who were voting voluntarily, yes, you know, without any interest. I think over the period of time where the Arvind Kejriwal's, you know, the reputation getting dented and credibility being in question, they have lost that. Even and RSS, 50,000 meetings, yes, 30 district, 173 nagars, with Starbucks all across, and going and doing these drawing room board meetings. I think that we should not forget that they are doing a Maharashtra in Delhi once more.
Okay. Neeja ma'am, I'm going to come to you because let's get in Bobby Badal of the Aam Aadmi Party and Anirudh Pratap of the BJP and Supriya Shrinate of the Congress Party. Supriya, I'm going to begin with you. How is the Congress Party looking at these numbers? Of course, very, very early trends. You know, I did sense a lot of nostalgia for Sheila Dikshit on ground. Every time they would talk about Arvind Kejriwal, they would often say that Sheila Dikshit would not fight with the centre.
Thanks very much for having me on the show, and it's a good evening to all you, your viewers and my fellow panelists, firstly. I think we fought this election in a very, very spirited campaign. I heard someone say that ultimately the winner is the voter of Delhi, and I would concede to that. And I do believe that at every level, anybody who takes the voter for granted, anybody who believes that, you know, filibustering and arrogance can see them through the day, has been shown their place today. So I do believe that AAP has a lot of lessons to learn. As far as the Congress is concerned, I think we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to do a lot of ground exercises. We need to do a lot of block building. We need to do a lot of our own cadre management. Much better than before, I would say. I'm sure the final tally of voter share will come soon, and I think our performance will be better than before. But of course, nowhere to where we have been. You are absolutely right. On the ground, there's a lot of nostalgia for Sheila ji, but nostalgia doesn't see you forward. And I do believe that we have a lot of exercise on hand. But as far as these early trends are concerned, I think the voter of Delhi has spoken decisively, and the voter of Delhi is saying, I am not going to give in to filibustering. And I think political arrogance of any kind will be punished. And I think that's what is happening with the incumbent government here.
The question is, does it really humble leaders? Bobby Badal, does it humble Mr. Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party? Too early. I would not be sitting in judgment over now because it's 9-10 only, but it's consolidating for the BJP.
Ma'am, actually, if you see the heart of the Aam Aadmi Party volunteers, we are very proud of Mr. Kejriwal. The way he has fought this election and the way the party is still in a strong position. And let me tell you, if Delhi police and EC had done their duty, there would not have been any contest here. So we have seen an election.
But Mr. Badal, my question is that this is the same Delhi police and the election commission which did its duty, and you won 67 in 2015 and you won 62 last time around. So where did the election commission get right then and go wrong now?
No, allow me.
Yes.
After Haryana and Maharashtra, the problem started. The BJP thought it will manage elections. It will not earn the mandate. It will not earn the mandate. It will steal the mandate. The Congress, of course, yesterday only, they have done a press conference about Maharashtra voters being more than the Maharashtra population. So I think this election was badly managed, and Delhi, the BJP tried everything. So I think Kejriwal stands very tall today.
Okay, Mr. Kejriwal stands tall, and the BJP, despite these numbers consolidating in their favor, is appearing to be weak. That is the reading of the Aam Aadmi Party, Anirudh Pratap.
I think we should wait another 1 hour.
Absolutely, we are waiting.
और मुझे लगता है कि केजरीवाल जी को अभी एक ऑडियो आ रहा है कि नहीं जा रहा है?
जी बोलिए
जी केजरीवाल जी को अभी 1 घंटे तक इंतजार करना चाहिए, क्योंकि उनको वेट करने के बाद 1 घंटे के बाद ईवीएम पे ठीकरा फोड़ना है इनको कि कितने वोट टर्न आउट इधर हुए, कितने वोट उधर टर्न आउट हुए, क्योंकि एक बहाना इनको जो स्क्रिप्टेड स्टोरी कल से चल रही है, 3-4 दिन पहले से भी इन्होंने कहा था 10% वोट इधर उधर होगा, तो सिर्फ 1.5 घंटे वेट इसी करना चाहिए कि ईवीएम पे कब इनके ऊपर ठीकरा फोड़ना है। और हम लोग तो इन्जॉय कर रहे हैं बीजेपी मीडिया पवेलियन में बैठ के डिफरेंट चैनल पर डिबेट करके, बस टैली आपकी देख रहे 44 हो गए, 25 आम आदमी पार्टी है।
Okay, let's bring in Neerja again. Neerja, 44 is how it is looking, up 36 for the BJP. They have crossed the halfway mark. So it's not really a close election or a close contest. If these numbers actually consolidate and convert into actual results, it would mean that Delhi voter has voted for change. They do not believe in continuity, and more than anything else, it's a referendum on Mr. Kejriwal. What happens to him now?
I think the AAP leader is right when he says the Kejriwal, Sisodia, they have fought back valiantly, no doubt about that. From the time that they came out of prison, they've been doing padyatras, door-to-door campaign. It's not that they have not fought back. And earlier you were saying, you know, the BJP has an organizational heft. Now, Aam Aadmi Party's organization, while booth level management has been there in the past, is no match for the BJP's organizational strength. Not only the organization, the RSS that you talked about, the thousands of meetings that they've held, as in Haryana and in Maharashtra. But if the mood at the ground level begins to shift, then these things don't work beyond a point.
Yeah.
And it's the mood of the Delhi wala that shifted. And somewhere either fatigue or let's try change, or you know what we say, the double engine sarkar will work better, they will get resources. And a voter, as I say again and again, turning much more transactional and what am I going to get out of it? So I think, and there is also a tendency, as in 2024 Lok Sabha election, थोड़ा सा झटका दो इनको, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होने दो. So also I think, yeah, they are not wiped out, but they have certainly been given a jolt.
Maria, to extend that point, I think there is the constellation of factors which seem to have worked in favor of the BJP. The fact that the Aam Aadmi Party was in power for 10 years and a anti-incumbency against them, a fatigue with the government, the fact that the BJP launched a very aggressive campaign in the Delhi elections, and that also to some extent appealed to the voters that maybe it's time to give a chance. And I would also endorse the point that Neerja made, that while the Aam Aadmi Party's leaders may be trailing, I think we need to also look at the larger picture. We have had many cases in the past where parties have done well and their leaders have lost. You see, so
Nandigram, classic example. I mean,
West Bengal.
Yes, Mamata Banerjee losing.
Even Uttarakhand.
Even Uttarakhand.
That's right.
So I think the leaders losing their individual seats is a byproduct of local factors, and which has to be seen independently of the Aam Aadmi Party also falling from 60 plus to 25 as the trends today show. So I think both are a byproduct of different factors. The party not doing well in Delhi and its key leaders losing. I think separate set of factors are accountable for both these developments.
Okay, so let's move, region-wise. And Professor Shastri and Neerja Chaudhary, please jump in on this. If we were to look at, the South Delhi, in all 12 seats, the BJP leading in 9, Aam Aadmi Party in 3, which essentially means Aam Aadmi Party down by 9. So South Delhi, it certainly doesn't look very promising, and South Delhi is the region which has the New Delhi constituency.
Correct.
Which is Arvind Kejriwal's constituency. And also this is the region where one would say that all the VIPs live.
The government officials also.
The government officials live. So that's where the 8th Pay Commission comes into play.
The budget comes into
play. The budget comes into play.
The Valmiki Samaj comes into play.
The Valmiki Samaj comes.
And all these seats were won by the AAP last time.
Yes, all the seats were won by
them.
Absolutely. The South Delhi entire region was won by the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's move ahead and go to West Delhi now. 11 seats in all. We are looking at Aam Aadmi Party at 2, BJP at 9, Aam Aadmi Party down by 9. So again, this is the place where it was full on number for the Aam Aadmi Party. Again, they are down. West Delhi, a word on that, Neerja?
Yeah, West Delhi was in earlier years a bastion of the BJP, the heart of BJP support. In the old Punjabi, Khatri, post-partition people who came. And so it is turning back to BJP. To me is not surprising. It's the first area that would turn back to the BJP. And of course the whole middle class factor that's worked in South Delhi, in New Delhi, also here. The middle class has turned away pretty solidly against the Aam Aadmi Party.
I think Delhi has voted decisively, as it does all the time. There is no confusion. I think voters had made their mind completely that, okay, we gave 10 years to Kejriwal, now let's change the government, see what's not been done. Because I think, you know, here we become very class status company, okay, middle class, and then the jhuggi jhopadi and the upper class. But I think the problem of road, the problem of sewer, the problem of this kude ka pahar is a constant reminder of things not being done on your face. While you're going to office, while you're going to your work, while your children are coming from. So I think that has really...
Living in Delhi has
MCD is actually
it's an everyday struggle almost. I mean, you are navigating through this traffic, there is a problem of sewer, there is a problem of water. I mean, you're struggling.
And you're thinking, is baar isko vote nahi denge.
Yes, okay, so let's bring, yes sir.
I think it's a question, as we have always been saying, of 3 A's. The aspirations of people.
Absolutely.
The anxieties of people.
Yeah.
And of course, the attitudes of parties and people.
And the anger.
You see a combination
and
of
I
all
would
these
say
things.
anger.
Okay,
and this translates sometimes into anger and
Outer
anguish.
Delhi now. And Outer Delhi has 19 seats in all. BJP at 11, Aam Aadmi Party at 7. And Congress is opening its account here. 1 seat that it's getting, it's in Outer Delhi. Supriya Srinate, a word on it? Supriya, if you heard me.
Look, yeah, I did. I've been hearing the analysis, and I agree with some parts of it. I don't think anybody can take governance lightly, and I don't think anybody can take governance for granted either. I think that's what AAP did. You know, you can keep building models, and people are going to break them, which was classic with India Shining, which was classic with 400 Par. I do believe, as far as the Congress party is concerned, a lot of this result has to do with the spirited campaign by the Congress party. I mean, today the Aam Aadmi Party is suddenly waking up and talking about how we did a press conference. You were the first to ridicule us when we actually asked the question that how did the number of voters in Maharashtra exceed the adult population of Maharashtra? You questioned us. You questioned us when we said that how did the exact number of voters get added in 5 months like they did in 5 years in Maharashtra. So there are lessons for political parties to learn in this election, and I think AAP will learn a lesson of humility. You can keep calling pot shots at whether it's the Congress or the BJP. You can keep fighting with the government at the center or the LG. The reality is that when it comes to governance, and you raised this point with me earlier, Maria, about Sheila Dikshit, and one of the most famous anecdotes about Sheila Dikshit is that she had gone to Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji for some work, and tempers flew high, and that meeting was going to end, and she simply just said, "Aap chai nahi pilayenge," and got everything done. So I think it's a matter of you choose your battles to fight. You can choose political battles, but you don't choose governance battles. And as far as Delhi was concerned,
I agree with you, Supriya.
And I think that is the problem.
That certainly is a message, because Sheila Dikshit did walk that extra mile in order to ensure that the government of Delhi functions and people of Delhi get that relief repeatedly. She used to work in complete, sync with Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee and the Lieutenant Governor at that time as well. So let's get in Ishika now, joining us from Hanuman Mandir. That's where Virendra Sachdeva is. Ishika has been speaking to Virendra Sachdeva regularly during the entire election campaign. Virendra Sachdeva there to offer prayers. He is the Delhi BJP chief, did play a role in ensuring that the Delhi unit stays intact and works in complete sync, I would say. Ishika, what are you seeing? Okay, we'll patch again with Ishika. So these are the visuals coming in. Please go ahead, Sujata.
What amazes me is that Congress constantly has been talking about Sheila Dikshit and her work. But the way they ditched Sheila Dikshit, you know, after allegations were laid on her, I think they made her a scapegoat, and the party and a third-term chief minister party did not even bother to back her up. You know, even Sandeep Dikshit, for a very long time, he was just sidelined. And you know, you come and in this election you have this sometime hot, sometime cold. You had no strategy. Even imagine Ajay Markan's press conference being cancelled, and then once the India Alliance played on you, where all the Akhilesh Yadav and TMC started supporting Aam Aadmi Party, you started saying, okay, now let's.
We will talk about Virendra Sachdeva now and the role of the BJP state unit and also of the RSS. But Ishika is joining us. Ishika, what are you seeing?
Well, currently we are at the Hanuman Mandir here at Connaught Place, a very iconic place that has certainly played a very crucial part if we look at the political journey of many leaders here. Currently, Virendra Sachdeva, the Delhi BJP president, is here offering prayers, certainly expecting that whatever the exit polls showed becomes a reality today for the BJP. We are showing you the live visuals here from the Connaught Place. You can see Delhi BJP president Virendra Sachdeva here offering prayers here. Now, BJP says that it is very confident that the drought of certainly around 27 years will be ending today. So certainly one last step, that is offering prayers and expecting that the expectations today turn to reality ahead of the big mandate here, because we have seen all the leaders are going for a temple run today. Remains to be seen how it is going to impact, but certainly you can see that Virendra Sachdeva, if we talk about, he himself had said that he would not be contesting this time, because he has been given the responsibility of making sure that this time BJP wins. So if that happens, certainly he will also be emerging as a kingmaker today. So certainly big responsibility on his shoulders as well. Remains to be seen how it is going to pan out in the coming hours. But as of now, we currently show you the live visuals here. You can see at the Connaught Place temple, you can see Virendra Sachdeva offering prayers here. BJP saying that corruption this time, they are very confident, will turn out to be a defining factor. The allegations regarding the CAG report, be it the environment cess tax, or be it in fact, the Sheesh Mahal row, all of that will be working today. That is what they believe that the voters would have voted for. So it's certainly live visuals that we are showing you on our screen. So certainly remains to be seen, will it be in the favor or not, but early trends certainly motivating the BJP cadre here. And that is why we are seeing that the leaders also seem to be quite confident this time of, of BJP making a comeback. Over to you.
Okay. Virendra Sachdeva, very unassuming. But, it was about Nirja, that Delhi unit, which clearly was disjointed, had faced a lot of questions, was kept together. And that was a challenge. So Virendra Sachdeva may not be in the running for the chief minister, but he is definitely an organization man.
Yes, and he must be given due credit for it, for heading the party in Delhi and taking it to this kind of number, absolutely. Though, as I say, the entire national BJP put its weight behind with all its resources, the RSS put its weight behind completely. in this campaign, and they had the benefit of that. So that is something neither the Congress had, nor the Aam Aadmi Party has, nor any of the other regional parties have. You know, very interesting question would be to ask Supriya if she is there.
Yes.
Why is that the Congress did not take the space of Aam Aadmi Party? You know, why was, against the Aam Aadmi Party, why is it that the BJP has taken that space?
Okay.
Even though there is a whole legacy of Sheila Dikshit.
Supriya?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to answer that question, and I'd also like to answer some very irresponsible comments made by, I don't know if it's a BJP, I actually don't know who made that comment, whether it's some guest on your channel or a BJP spokesperson. But I do believe, and I said it to begin with, I do believe that we need to work on our cadre. I don't think we have an organization strong enough that could have been an alternative to the Aam Aadmi Party. And I think that's where the BJP scored over us. I have no qualms in admitting that.
Okay,
And I have
a
no
quick
qualms.
update. We are looking at 9:30 now, and the BJP is at 50, up 42 from 2020. Aam Aadmi Party further down. If these numbers hold and translate into actual results by 10:30 a.m., then it is a landslide victory for the party which has not been in power for 27 years. Please go ahead, Supriya.
No, the only simple point I was trying to make is that I am honest and candid enough to admit that our organization wasn't strong enough to perhaps offer an alternative. But the reality is that our spirited campaign did expose Mr. Kejriwal greatly. And I also think there's a lesson for a lot of people who choose sides during elections. I have no qualms in a lot of our alliance partners choosing to stand with the Aam Aadmi Party. But I think this is an ideological fight. And Aam Aadmi Party's ideology, if you ask me, was compromised for a while now. They did not know what do they stand for, who do they oppose, and which is why you're perhaps also seeing the results that you are. I do believe that there is I'm sure that they'll look to fight this another day. But as far as we are concerned, there are big lessons for us. And the first lesson is that we have to rebuild our organization, something that we
Supriya, a word now coming in from Virendra Sachdeva, Delhi BJP chief. Let's cut across.
देखिए अभी जो रुझान है वो हमारी आशा के अनुरूप है, लेकिन परिणाम आने की हम प्रतीक्षा करेंगे। मुझे बार बार इस बात को कहने में कोई संकोच नहीं है कि दिल्ली में हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं ने बहुत जुनून और शिद्दत के साथ काम किया है और जनता ने भी भरपूर आशीर्वाद दिया है। जनता को भ्रष्टाचार और विकास का मॉडल चुनना था, तो उन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी के नेतृत्व को सलाम किया है और ये जीत हमारे राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व की, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री के काम की जीत होगी, जो मुझे ऐसा लगता है। निस्संदेह हम दिल्ली में डबल इंजन की सरकार बनाएंगे।
सर, जितने बड़े नेता आम आदमी पार्टी के वो चुनाव हारते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं। केजरीवाल भी पीछे हैं, मनीष सिसोदिया भी पीछे हैं, मुख्यमंत्री भी पीछे हैं।
देखिए, हम सुबह से एक बात कह रहे हैं कि हमने दिल्ली का चुनाव दिल्ली के मुद्दों पर लड़ा है। हम अरविंद केजरीवाल से बार बार भ्रष्टाचार की बात पूछते थे, शीश महल की बात पूछते थे, शराब घोटाले की बात पूछते थे, टूटी हुई सड़कों की बात करते थे, सीवेज के ओवरफ्लो की बात करते थे, गंदगी की बात करते थे, गंदे पानी की बात करते थे, लेकिन अरविंद केजरीवाल
Okay, so 50 is what we are looking at. It's 9:30. All the three heavy weights of the Aam Aadmi Party, from Manish Sisodia to Atishi, who's the present Chief Minister, and Aam Aadmi Party Chief and the face of this election, that is Mr. Kejriwal, are trailing. We are looking at 9:30. The numbers are only consolidating for the BJP. So what happens now? How many rounds do you think it would be over, Professor Shastri?
I don't know of the exact rounds, but I think, as we have been saying since morning, by around 10:30, the picture would be clear. And if these trends hold, I think our
10 o'clock.
by 10:30, that should be clear. And I think what is seen now is a visible and very clear and very emphatic endorsement of the BJP by the voter in Delhi. And it's not a wipeout for the AAP, as some people thought. They would be a responsible opposition, hopefully, with 19 to 20 seats. And the fact that the three major leaders are trailing is again a huge setback for the party as it dons the role of an opposition at the state level.
May not even become the LOP. You know, if he loses, then he doesn't even become the LOP, forget the CM. That is definitely not.
And I'm looking at 1993 results. That was the last time the BJP came to power, Nirja. They had won 49 of 70 seats. This is becoming better than that, if it actually moves upwards of 50 now. And they had polled around 42.8%. If we are looking at a number of 50, it means BJP's numbers in Delhi, the voter percentage would be in the range similar to their Lok Sabha numbers.
Yeah,
upwards of 49, perhaps even 50%.
It could be, depends on the tightness of the race.
Tightness of the race.
It would definitely be above 45, 46.
47.
And if the margins are huge, it would be 49 plus, as you said. But I would suspect it is in the range of 46 to 40.
So that means they have been able to hold the 30% swing voters, which used to vote them in the Lok Sabha, but not in Vidhan Sabha. Now they've been able to hold that.
That is the critical part.
And they only needed 10%. So if they hold that, then because they were not like, the 38%, they had the vote share even in this.
Okay. Aishwarya, since Aishwarya has been tracking Parvesh Verma all through this entire campaign. He spoke to him multiple times and he's joining us now from the BJP office. Aishwarya, Parvesh Verma did not get tickets in the Lok Sabha. He was certainly disheartened, but he makes a comeback on this as someone who manages to defeat the Aam Aadmi Party patron. If that happens, of course it's 9:30, we are going with a lot of caution, but that will be the story of a leader then. He has come out of the shadows of his father, the late father.
Certainly, and that would be the biggest story of the Delhi elections. It was huge allegations that was leveled by Arvind Kejriwal in the entire election campaigning that we witnessed during the Delhi elections against Parvesh Verma for distributing money, for distributing funds. Multiple times the Punjab Chief Minister, the Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal, Delhi Chief Minister Atishi went to the Election Commission, complained against Parvesh Verma. But all that happened during these odd 30-40 days in which Parvesh Verma categorically told to us multiple times that these are baseless allegations. I'm fighting for the survival. I have been, doing work for my people out there without being on any post, and it is my people that I wanted to serve more, and therefore the reason perhaps the entire BJP leadership stood by Parvesh Verma. Multiple campaigns were done by the top leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Roadshows were conducted for Parvesh Verma as well, and door-to-door campaigning, and specifically those cluster area where Parvesh Verma reached out to, which was a hardcore vote for Arvind Kejriwal that always had went on to Aam Aadmi Party's favor. That had also now swung, and therefore the reason perhaps Parvesh Verma is now leading as far as the initial trends are concerned against Arvind Kejriwal. It was a triangular fight, of course. Sandeep Dixit was giving a tough fight as well, and therefore the reason perhaps Congress was, much enthusiastic after Sandeep Dixit's that campaigning, but that went low at the end of the campaigning as well. So if there would be votes that would be divided amongst the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, of course the BJP will get edge. And Parvesh Verma, when asked by me that are you the next Chief Minister's space, he clearly stated that this is a wrong question. You should ask the top leadership whether they will give me a chance or not. But of course, being a former MP from Delhi and a son of a Chief Minister, all eyes would be on him if the top leadership decides and banks on his face.
Okay. We have Shreya also joining us. Shreya, what are you seeing at the moment? How many rounds of counting is over is the big question, because directionally it looks like that the BJP may just have got Delhi right.
That's right, Maria. I am in Maharani Bagh right now, and this is where, votes are being counted for all the major constituencies, be it the Kasturba Nagar constituency, the hot seat, Kalkaji Assembly constituency, Oakland, also Jangpura. We know Kalkaji and Jangpura are very important constituencies for Aam Aadmi Party. We have seen in the yesteryears, these seats have been the stronghold for Aam Aadmi Party, but right now, as we can see, Aam Aadmi Party, big guns are trailing, and we have seen the exit polls have spoken, and now the voters have already decided the fate of the political future of the national capital. We can see Mr. Manish Sisodia, the sitting CM Atishi, they are all trailing, and the 2 rounds of voting have been done already. 2 rounds of counting of votes have been done already. We know Okhla is also a very interesting constituency. There is a triangular fight between Aam Aadmi Party, BJP and the AIMM, but we can see BJP leading, in all the 3, in all these constituencies, and out of the 36 MLAs of Aam Aadmi Party, we can see only 9 of them that are leading. And if we talk about the overall scene, as you were saying, BJP is clearly turning the tide in the national capital.
It's only consolidating for the BJP. They went down slightly to 47, 46, and they are back again at 50, with the 3 prominent leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party continuing to trail for the last 1.5 hours. Harsh Malhotra, who's a Union Minister of State for Transport and also a Delhi BJP MP, has spoken to Aishwarya. Let's listen in.
Well, I'm rightly being joined by Union Minister Harsh Malhotra. Sir, आज बहुत बड़ा दिन है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी 26 सालों तक सत्ता में नहीं थी. 27 सालों का लगभग वनवास था. आज खत्म होने वाला है.
बिल्कुल, भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूर्ण बहुमत से दिल्ली में सरकार बनाएगी.
किस तरीके से पूरा कैंपेनिंग रहा और बड़े-बड़े फेसेस को उतारा गया, और जो इनिशियल ट्रेंड्स बता रहे हैं, कालका जी हो, नई दिल्ली हो, पटपड़गंज हो, सब जगह भारतीय जनता पार्टी आगे चल रही है, बड़े फेसेस उनके पीछे. क्या वजह रही?
ये उन लोगों का, आम आदमी पार्टी का बैड गवर्नेंस है, उनका पूरे 10 साल का करप्शन है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी की अन्य राज्यों की सरकारों का विकास का मॉडल है, अन्य राज्यों में गुड गवर्नेंस है. पूरे देश में आदरणीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में जो केंद्र सरकार काम कर रही है, 140 करोड़ जन को कहीं ना कहीं मोदी जी की योजनाओं ने छुआ भी है, वो लाभान्वित भी हुए हैं. ये जो क्रेडिबिलिटी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बनी है, जिसके कारण से आज दिल्ली के लोगों को लगता है कि इस बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी को भी मौका देना चाहिए.
हर्ष जी, एक आखिरी सवाल. कल बहुत बड़े क्लेम्स किए गए केजरीवाल जी की तरफ से. 15-15 करोड़ रुपए भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने ऑफर किए हैं, ऐसा बोला गया है. एसीबी की टीम भी पहुंची, इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है. इन क्लेम्स को आप किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
उनको झूठ बोलने की आदत है और वो फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हैं. खिसियानी बिल्ली खंबा नोचने के अलावा कुछ नहीं करती है, और वो जानबूझ के, उन्हें पता था कि वो सत्ता से बाहर जा रहे हैं, इस कारण से अनर्गल बातें कर रहे हैं, और कुछ नहीं.
बीजेपी का चेहरा कोई
कमल का फूल.
That was Union Minister Harsh Malhotra clearly stating that it would be the top leadership who will be deciding on the Chief Minister's space, but it is also the promises that the Bharatiya Janata Party did and the frustration that people had on those work that was earlier promised by the Aam Aadmi Party but not been fulfilled, and these results clearly indicates towards that, and Bharatiya Janata Party top leaders now clearly believing that it would be BJP Sarkar this time in the national capital. This is Aishwarya Jain with the journalist Azam for NDTV in Delhi.
It's 9:40 and the numbers are consolidating for the BJP. It stands at 49, having gained 41 seats. Aam Aadmi Party at 21, down 41 from 2020. Congress at 1. They have made 1 seat gain, which is the seat, it's coming from outer Delhi. So when it is about South Delhi and even West Delhi, it appears a clean sweep for the BJP at the moment. By 10 a.m. perhaps these numbers will consolidate further, but it doesn't look great for Aam Aadmi Party. It's a huge concern, particularly for the party which had its roots in Delhi. So if you lose the roots, as we say it famously in the Hindi belt, that अगर आप अपनी ज़मीन को छोड़ देते हैं, अगर ज़मीन आपके पास नहीं रहती है नीरजा, then what is future then?
I think, we've been saying it's going to be an existentialist crisis. At one level, Aam Aadmi Party, if it faces defeat, will face that. But the BJP may now not need to break the Aam Aadmi Party if it has a clear majority, which is what many felt, that if it was close enough numbers, it would be tempted to have an Operation Kamal. But you know, politicians have to swallow many a bitter pill during their careers. And Aam Aadmi Party, Kejriwal has had it good so far. 2013, 12 में party बनाई 2013. He had the largest single largest party. Dream run, and 1567 out of 70. 62 out of 70, a national party status in just over 10 years, which has not happened to any party that comes out of the womb of a movement. So he's done well. And a model which is called Kejriwal model, but people want more. People are not satisfied. It's an aspirational India.
Yes,
so
an
they want
aspirational
change.
India, the 3 A's that Professor Shastri just spoke about. An anxious India, and which doesn't like the attitude of the leaders as well. So 3 A's that are shaping this election in Delhi. An aspirational Delhi saying that they can defeat strong leaders. Just as they defeated Sheila Dikshit 10 years ago, they are looking at defeating Arvind Kejriwal today. CR Keswan is joining us of the BJP. CR Keswan, how is the BJP viewing this number as we stand at 9:45 a.m. now?
Good morning, Marianne, to all your panelists and your viewers. These are early trends, but very, very welcome trends, and we are very hopeful that these trends will hold. 2 takeaways from these very, categorical trends. First, I think the people of Delhi have reimposed their faith and reiterated their trust in Modi ji ki guarantee for a vibrant, Viksit Delhi. And the second thing is the people of Delhi were extremely angry with Aam Aadmi Party because the Aam Aadmi Party had betrayed them for the past decade. The people of Delhi had witnessed a decade of deceit, drama, dishonesty and deception. And I think the Aam Aadmi Party bankrupted the government and failed the people on all fronts. So I think today, while they have reposed their faith in Modi ji and ensured that the BJP and blessed the BJP to come back and govern after a long period of 26 years, the people of Delhi have also vanquished the virus of AAP. And I think the people of Delhi, the 1.5 crore people of Delhi, also realized that while India was undergoing a transformational change under Modi ji's leadership, Delhi was being left out. And I think one poignant movement which stood out, probably connected with the voters of Delhi, was when the Prime Minister apologized to the people of Delhi. And, he had said that he apologized to people of Delhi and especially the senior citizens because, Ayushman Bharat and the free healthcare treatment available to senior citizens from the central government was being blocked by AAP. And AAP, the people of Delhi knew that AAP, no scheme, whether it was, pension, whether healthcare treatment, nothing was coming through, and all they were bothered about was intoxicated with power. All that we could see was leaks, our government riddled and synonymous with scandals. And see what happened, have we ever seen a more bizarre government in the history of Indian politics, where the Department of Delhi, 2 departments of Delhi, issue public notice saying what the Aam Aadmi Party was claiming was fraudulent and they were trying to mislead voters. That is how, bizarre this government was. And the High Court, time and again, the people noticed, was coming down heavily on this government. The High Court had said, when the Aam Aadmi Party refused to implement the healthcare free health treatment scheme, they said, you don't have money, you virtually made the state bank, the Delhi government bankrupt, and why are you blocking the scheme? And then with respect to the schools, I remember what the High Court said. They said, it's in a total mix. The schools in Northeast.
को वोट कास्ट करने में परहेज करता है, उनको धीरे धीरे जोड़ जाड़ के ऐसा करने का प्रयास शीला जी ने किया था। उस डेमोग्राफी के कारण केजरीवाल 2 बार चुनाव इसलिए जीत गए कि मुफ्त की रेवड़ी बांटनी और झूठे वायदे करने। अब 10 साल में केजरीवाल जी एक्सपोज हो गए कि वो केवल झूठे वायदे करते हैं, कर कुछ सकते नहीं है। देखो, ये कालका जी की जनता का डेवलपमेंट को लेकर अगर उनको चाहिए डेवलपमेंट होगा तो स्वाभाविक है आतिशी की वो विदाई करेंगे। वो मैं कोई किसी को लीड देने वाला नहीं हूँ, ये कोई रेसलिंग नहीं है, ये कोई कंपटीशन टेस्ट दे के हम आगे नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं, ये जनता के आशीर्वाद का है। कालका जी की जनता आशीर्वाद अगर देगी तो स्वाभाविक है आतिशी को लौटना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आतिशी ने पिछले 5 साल में क्षेत्र में केजरीवाल जी ने दिल्ली में कुछ कराया नहीं है। और अगर इन परिस्थितियों में भी केजरीवाल को लोग अगर वोट देते हैं तो वो वर्ग जो देश में विकास, देश की तरक्की चाहता है, तो वो लोग वास्तव में इस बात को लेकर व्यथित होगा। लेकिन मेरा 100% मानना है कि इस बारी आपदा जा रही है और भाजपा आ रही है दिल्ली के विकास को लेकर।
बीजेपी के मुख्यमंत्री के चेहरा आप होंगे?
ये बेकार की बातें करने का लाभ नहीं है। हम सेवा के काम करने के लिए राजनीति में हैं। न तो केजरीवाल हमारे बारे में तय करेगा, न कोई और तय करेगा। हमारा पार्टी नेतृत्व है और हम किस व्यक्ति का कहाँ उपयोग होता है उस हिसाब से राष्ट्र के निर्माण में कौन कहाँ बढ़िया काम कर सकता है। हम जैसे पहले 3 बार विधायक रहे थे तब कौन से तब विकास सेवा की, 2 बार सांसद रहे हैं। हम राष्ट्र के विकास के लिए, क्षेत्र के विकास के लिए, लोगों की सेवा के लिए राजनीति में हैं। मोदी साहब के 11 साल का टेन्योर और गुजरात का 12 साल का टेन्योर देख लिए। सेवा सेवा मोदी साहब ने सेवा की है। हम एक ऐसी विचारधारा के लोग हैं, सेवा करने के लिए राजनीति में हैं, मुख्यमंत्री मंत्री बनने के लिए राजनीति में नहीं है।
सर, all right, Ramesh Biduri, they're very carefully saying it is bakwas ki baat. And I think that's the right reaction one neta will give when it is about the BJP. If your name is floated, then your chance is over.
I think we have seen the surprise element in the politics of the BJP in nominating people to various positions. And if you look at the choice of chief minister, save the case of the Maharashtra chief minister, all the other names were names which were not being discussed in the media. So I think everybody who thinks that they have a chance in Delhi now would be a little cautious in making sure that their name is not out in the public domain.
Yes.
But New Delhi seat has a particular history. Whoever wins
Yes.
from that seat becomes the chief minister and that party comes into power.
No, but interesting. It's
But then
whether the
BJP,
seat- yes.
but BJP is known to, defy the odds. So,
Absolutely.
So you really don't know.
Okay, Bobby Badal, you joined us at 9 and you were sounding dismissive of all political parties and of course dismissing and questioning the level playing field as well. Now how do you look at it even as we build up to 10 a.m.?
Ma'am, Maria ji, let me put 2 or 3 points on the record. First of all, I am very thankful to you. My personal hero Neerja Chaudhary ji, you have put on the show. She's written a beautiful book, How Prime Ministers Decide. So thank you for it. And secondly, I want to tell you how Kejriwal Saab has impacted the politics of this country. He has changed the discourse from caste and communal things to schools and hospitals. And he also built the fastest growing national party in the country. So I think this election, you cannot just write away Kejriwal. Congress can pat itself on its back so that it has helped made a BJP government in Delhi, which I'm not sure it is too early today. So, but we see it as a challenge that the Congress and the BJP were talking in the same language. And Kejriwal ji has openly fought for Delhi people's rights, and we will continue to fight for Delhi people. Delhi voter is very, very sensible voter. So I think this will not impact us in a very big way. Kejriwal is not only the face of the party, he is the soul of the party. And his stature has only grown the way all parties were together and only Aam Aadmi Party was left fighting the deep pockets of the BJP, the big finance, electoral bond, 7,000 crore party, which targets the leadership of another party, uses the politics of hatred, uses the politics of fear, and uses the politics of religion. So I think for us, this is a test
Supriya,
case.
before we build up to 10, a word from you on what Omar Abdullah has tweeted, or lado sab aapas mein. That's what very cryptic response coming in from National Conference Chief and also, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister.
No, I just have one thing to say. The onus of making AAP win cannot lie with the Congress. The Congress is going to look at fertile political bastions and will try and wrest them over. I mean, Delhi is a place where we've been in governance for 15 years. It is not हमारे सर पर थोड़ी ठीकरा आप फोड़ सकते हैं और हमारी जिम्मेदारी थोड़ी आपको जिताना. हमारी जिम्मेदारी खुद से अच्छे से चुनाव लड़ना, एक spirited campaign करना. Wherever you need to be called out, you will be called out. So I think this whole attempt of the Aam Aadmi Party or anybody for that matter, political analysts at large, to say that, or even our allies to say aapas mein lado. I think all of us assess our political bastions. We fight the campaigns that we need to fight. I mean, by that logic, Mr. Kejriwal went to Goa, he went to Gujarat, he went to Haryana, he went to Maharashtra, he went to Uttarakhand, and in Uttarakhand and Goa, actually the vote share difference between us and the BJP was exactly the number of votes that the Aam Aadmi Party got. I mean, these are not arguments that I will respond to, but it is not the responsibility of the Congress to fight elections so that somebody else wins. The Congress is going to fight elections to ensure we win or we rest our political bastions. And I think that's what we're doing. We can't be blamed for it, can we?
No, I tend to agree with you on that because, you know, every political party has to look at its own interest. But what is the future of India bloc then?
Look, the India bloc as a whole has come together to stop the BJP as far as elections 2024 were concerned. Even though the SP decided to support AAP in Delhi, SP and B together fought a by-election in Milkipur. I don't think the India bloc is in question here. I think political parties are not NGOs, and nor are we. Political parties assess the political situation on the ground. We have to respect the cadres of a certain state, a certain entity. Delhi wanted to go all alone, and we did, and I think we did the right thing. The reality is that Aam Aadmi Party's lies and its filibustering had to be called out, and I think we would have failed in our duty if we had not called out a party which was in governance for 11 years. The problems of Delhi don't cease to exist just because of the India bloc. I think the future of the India bloc is in stopping the BJP, and it was a very successful and is a very successful proposal, a very successful experiment. 400 पार का नारा था, 240 पर India bloc ने रोका BJP को. So I don't think the future of the India bloc is in question. You look at how we stand together in parliament, and that bears testimony to the fact that there's a larger rationale, the larger motive of why we are together. And then, of course, state elections will be fought, assessing each other.
So let's put both Neerja Chaudhary and Sandeep Shastri on the screen now, because both of them have a question for Supriya. Professor Shastri, observation.
I think Supriya ji's point is well taken. The India coalition's challenge, I think, is after the Lok Sabha elections, the Congress was the object of a lot of criticism because of the continuous losing of elections. But now you have a situation where somebody other than the Congress has done badly, and the India coalition faces that challenge. So I think in challenging the NDA, the India coalition would have to now work out its strategy if it is to survive. And let's remember, end of the year you have Bihar, where again you have two coalitions fighting against each other, and the capacity to win would depend on how strong your coalition is. So I think that question still remains open and would need to be debated and discussed by the partners who are part of the coalition.
My question to Supriya will go a little further. From what you're saying, that alliance was for Lok Sabha 2024. After that, every party takes a call. Is it in my self-interest in a particular state to tie up with A, B, C, D? So you may tie up with the DMK when the elections come. You may tie up with Akhilesh Yadav's Samajwadi Party when 27 UP elections come. But that has nothing to do with the India bloc. So does it mean for all practical purposes, India bloc is dead?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we can sit here and prescribe the death of the India bloc. Absolutely not. I think the India bloc stands in unity as far as the politics of the BJP or the hate and the venom spewing politics of the BJP is concerned. But like I said, we are a political entity. I think in the 2024 elections, the Congress did take two steps back to accommodate everybody. But we are also going to look at our political fertile lands. We are going to look at a Delhi. We will look at a Maharashtra. We fought a fantastic election in Maharashtra, and we put the numbers on the table. It's for the Election Commission to now answer. That mandate is really on the radar. It's under the scanner. So I do believe that political parties take conscious political calls. I agree that Bihar is an important election. It's a well-oiled coalition there that we have with the RJD and a few others. I do believe Maharashtra was a good experiment. I do believe Tamil Nadu. But, in Delhi, we did believe that we have our own political fertile land to go back to and to wrest it from Aam Aadmi Party. And I think we did. I agree with the fact that we should have gone alone, personally and otherwise.
But Supriya, could the numbers have been better? Because one concern certainly is that even if you fought alone, that may be a call taken based on a strategy and survival, but did the Congress in that fight actually not become relevant either? You know, a number of 1 in a 70-member assembly, you may have opened your account, but what really is the toehold here?
But Maria, the onus of making these numbers better cannot just rest with the Congress party. It rests with a lot of our other allies as well. It rests with the Aam Aadmi Party as well. I do believe, particularly talking about Delhi, because that's where the mandate is coming from, we were very clear that there's been a government now for 11 years. This government had dislodged us. We were the incumbents. We could assess what the failures were. We could assess the issues that we wanted to raise. And I think keeping that in mind, we took the call that we had to take, that we will fight this election alone. We will expose the Aam Aadmi Party's failures, because I think as political parties, you are answerable to the people. You are not just answerable to a tally on an election day, whether that 1 should have been 10 or you know, that 24 should have been 48. It doesn't matter. I think you're answerable to the people. You're answerable to your own cadres. You're answerable to your leadership, local and national. I think on that count, the Congress took the right stand. So we can keep bothering about numbers, but I do believe the clarion call from the ground was that we fight these elections on our own.
Okay.
I will have to leave for another channel.
Fine enough, Supriya. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, Mr. Keswan, you wanted to come in, please.
I just wanted to say that much is being made about the Congress party and the Aam Aadmi party coming into an alliance. One should remember in the Lok Sabha elections, despite them being an alliance, the BJP had a whopping 54.35%. And BJP has won all the 3 past Lok Sabha elections 7-0 and done very well in the assembly election. And the Congress party, if they're lucky, will probably prevent a golden hat-trick of drawing a blank in the assembly elections. And I just wanted to counter what the Congress spokesperson said on Maharashtra. I think Congress and the Aam Aadmi party, the similarities both are delirious and they try to dupe people. In Maharashtra voter list, I just wanted to add, same Rahul Gandhi who spoke yesterday, I mean, he had said in January that about 1 crore of voter list people were added. Then he said in Parliament, I'm talking about being in Parliament, he said the number was 70 lakh. And 2 days back, he says 39 lakh. This is the leader of opposition who lacks any semblance of consistency. And he just shoots off numbers. And people know that in Maharashtra, in terms of the electoral roll, in the 2004, between the Lok Sabha and the Assembly election, 29.5 lakh voters were added. 2009, between the Lok Sabha and Assembly 4 months gap, 30 lakh voters were added. Similarly, in 2014, 29 lakh voters were added. See, Rahul Gandhi and the Aam Aadmi Party's drama yesterday, where they tried to say people were calling them, both are preparing ground to give excuses for the dismal defeat they're going to face today. The voters of Delhi have unequivocally reposed their faith in Modi ji's leadership and Modi ji's guarantee. And I think, be it resuming the schemes for the senior citizens or the healthcare or cabling.
Appreciate your time. Let me get a quick word from Professor Shastri. Professor Shastri, we are looking at 10 a.m. and our managing editor, Nikunj Garg, is joining us on this special broadcast. The word now, because it's only consolidating for the BJP, it looks, it's certainly a picture which shows that the BJP is back in power after 27 years.
Yeah, I think the numbers would stabilize, I think, between 45 and 50. That's what seems to be the range that it would be, which clearly indicates that the Delhi voter has voted for change, decisively voted for change, and brought the BJP back after that long years of being in the opposition. And I think it puts a lot of responsibility on the BJP now, not only being in power now in Delhi, also in the MCD and also at the center. So now there is no escape route to say that this could not be done or that could not be done, because all 3 levels of government are with you.
Probably that is what the voters want. Probably that is what the voters want.
There is another question. You know, this is also a referendum on Rahul Gandhi's 2 vote bank, which he was trying to regain, Muslims and Dalit. With the numbers that AAP is getting and with the numbers that BJP is getting, looks like both the vote banks have ditched him. So that also
but they ditched him 10 years ago.
So, but that
they are refusing to come back.
So, no, but Maria, from Maharashtra to, from Haryana to Maharashtra to, New Delhi, he has been banking on these 2 votes. In fact, he started his rally in Selampur for the very first day. We were trying to get the Muslim vote back. But Muslims, I think they have chosen to back either AAP. I would say, giving by the numbers, they have gone with the AAP. and Dalits have gone to BJP.
I think there's an important point being made here, and I would go back to what Supriya said in her intervention. She said it's not our responsibility alone in Delhi to keep the BJP out of power, but then
you were the big
in
brother.
terms of being the third party, what did you do in the city to be able to assert your presence? Now, a party which was in power 10 years ago, now to struggle to be able to retain one seat, I think has its own story.
And they have done so only in outer Delhi.
And also, Maya, that cannot
larger
be...
problem there is that probably, I guess, my sense is, Professor Shastri, that, you know, that that kind of holding on or clutching on to a certain vote bank or wanting to say that, you know, this is not alone our responsibility, all are probably negative thoughts.
Absolutely.
Those are not a positive campaign where you are probably pitching for something, a development model that people are looking for. Nonetheless, Maria, this is a historic day. This is epoch making. One fact, as Shastri pointed out, other fact, nearly 3 decades of BJP's Vanvas, of course, ended at the state level. Of course, BJP, the Delhi voters have always been in love with Mr. Modi.
Yes.
7 out of 7 every
In
time.
Lok Sabha polls.
7 out of 7 every time. In love with Mr. Modi.
Absolutely.
However,
They've been able to hold the